And we are back with another episode of Coaching, Caffeine, and Comedy. And I'm your host, Haley Kobza.
And I'm Lena.
So today in studio, we have like our first ever
Couple.
This is
True
great.
couple.
True couple.
Married couple.
Like together.
Love
couple.
Love couple.
Power couple.
Oh,
Good job, Thomas.
Shorter husband, taller wife. That's a real couple.
Oh, no. Here we go.
Oh, my goodness.
That's serious.
You know, like everybody that we've had in studio, though, it's one or the other, and then they get to talk about their significant other. But you guys can just sit here and talk about each other.
Just talk
Right
shit
here.
on each other. That's
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
But
Okay,
but they have to lean into the mic.
yeah, you gotta go into.
Gotta lean in.
there-
Gotta
lean in.
Got it.
Oh
There
my
you go.
gosh! Look
Kind
at
of
you
like
guys.
how. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right
Okay,
there.
so in studio today we have Thomas and Savanna Thatcher with us. Super awesome people. I don't even know like how I ended up getting them like meet you guys. Savannah, I think it was probably from volleyball somehow. Brett
You had
Brett-
us play against your
is because of Brett
your
Sutherland.
team.
He was like, "You need to have Savannah," and then you came and played, and then ever since then, and then I chatted with Thomas, and yeah,
Oh, who else was she with? Or she's so good she just was herself against
it was
your
just it was Savannah against 6 on.
team. Okay. That sounds about right. That's kind of how it was when we played against her at the Y. It was
Yeah.
Savannah against
Savannah.
Mike. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Very
should have
similar.
practiced before coming in to play the college because
no, you were
I
fine.
felt bad.
No, you were good. You felt good. Oh, that was awkward.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, Savannah, let's start with you since you're the local.
Oh boy,
Where are you from?
Indianola.
Indianola, Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Are you nervous right now?
Oh, I'm okay.
Are you sure?
I'll get better. I've been more nervous.
Yeah, why? I don't see. How can you be nervous?
I had to call in on the radio and I almost passed out.
Oh my gosh! Like, but you're married to this guy?
Yeah.
Like
They're
opposites
not friendly.
attract.
Compensating.
They're
Yeah.
not friendly
He
on
had
the
to
radio.
practice
We're friendly.
being myself.
Yeah.
They weren't that friendly.
Yeah, they're not. No.
Yeah.
We're friendly.
We're friendly though.
This
It's
is a
friendly.
warm,
I'm fine.
safe.
I don't like talking about myself, but I'll get through it.
But you're
Okay.
super awesome, so you're gonna have to.
Yep.
So Savannah, you're from Indianola. You played volleyball.
Yes.
Where'd you go?
I played for the University of Kansas, and then following that, I played a few seasons overseas professionally.
Ooh.
Athlete.
Our first female professional
Oh
athlete.
yes.
This is
Boom.
This
my
is
gosh.
Yes.
I'm a
Big
pro.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now you're a pro mama.
And now I'm a pro mom
Yes.
and wife.
And wife. Yes. Thomas, jump
What?
up there.
Yeah, I was a little short, fat kid. Then I went to the Marine Corps, got in a little better
From
shape.
Kansas, right?
From Kansas. Overland Park, so like the suburbs.
Okay.
Nothing. This is more country up here than
Yeah.
I was ever used to. Yeah. And I got out of the Marine Corps, started a gym, and then she strolled in about 2 years into owning it, and I was like, we should date. And then we started mating and made kids. and, yeah.
That
now
is true.
Got a bunch
That's-
of kids.
And that's how it happens.
And that's how it
Yes.
happens.
And that hat's out. Okay. But before that, you also were in the military.
Yep, Marine Corps.
Marine Corps. Yep. Sniper.
Yes.
Yes. And did you serve
Went,
overseas?
Iraq twice.
Iraq twice.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so then you came back.
But are you now retired military? Or
No, I just got out after 4 years.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
I didn't know how.
slight
that works.
problem with
Yeah.
authority. Don't like having other people tell me what to do, especially if I know they're not smarter than me and they've just been in longer. And it's but yeah, got out, started my own business, and got to deal with all those problems. So
Yeah. So tell us about the business that you started.
it was a CrossFit gym back. It's CrossFit Lawrence. We were like one of the first 4 in Kansas in 2010. It was right when it was starting to pop off, and within a few years there was like 40 or 50 other affiliates. So we got in at the very beginning and started in my backyard with my brother Kyle, and moved into our first facility in 2011. Second facility, 6,000 square footer, a couple years after that, and have done really everything with that. Had a 1,000 feet of rock climbing wall in the CrossFit gym at one time. Did Olympic lifting. Moved into MMA. Started doing MMA and training people in fighting. Taking a bunch of cage fights myself, and then we ended up moving up here in 2021 to be closer to Grandma because she's free childcare right now. Right, that's why we're here.
We love you, Grandma.
Yeah, thanks, Graham.
Yep. Thanks, Tom.
Savannah, were you with Thomas at the time that he was doing the CrossFit stuff?
I walked in a few years.
Yeah.
You guys had started it for a little while.
We're about 2 years in, and she emailed me from England asking if she could coach or what she could do there. And I was like, I like looked her picture up online, and I guess I found a really bad one because I was like, "Who's this fucking ogre, man? This is gonna be terrible." Like, yeah, it was.
Man.
It was a little judgmental, but it was a horrible picture. So she walked in, I was like, "Oh, well, that's not."
She's cute
That-
and
yeah, it was-
way taller
It's a lot
than me.
different. Oh yeah, and naturally it was just like, "Oh, well, that's good breeding. So let's make kids." And
I'm telling you.
it worked
It's all
great.
right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And
What made you like email him? Like, were you trying to get to somewhere like specific?
Well, I
or
always
what?
went. I was playing in England. I found CrossFit there. And
Okay.
over the summers, I'd come back to Lawrence while I was like a health screener, which is a really strange job, but you just sit for a long time talking to people. And I knew I didn't want to have a sit-down job, so I was like, maybe I can coach CrossFit. I don't know. I wanted to work out as my job. So I was like, do you have a job for me?
So did you end up working there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we ended up running it together.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
She's coached many classes.
I
Many,
just got
many
thrown in.
personal
I didn't
training.
really know what I was doing, but I learned a lot.
Can you do pull-ups, Savannah?
I'm going to say yes.
And she probably can. She probably
Yes,
can
while
9 months pregnant.
Yeah.
I can probably do a few
I
right
know.
now.
I've seen
Yes.
it.
Not as
I've
many
seen
as
it.
The
I'd like.
front door. You're my hero.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I just tried.
Can't do any pull-ups yet? No, you do CrossFit?
Try.
Yeah, I can't do pull-ups yet though, Savannah. There's a lot of lift in there. And I'm not with child.
You're good. You're good. You're fabulous.
I'm like,
you'll get there.
Can you get me the biggest band that you
Yeah.
have?
That's how you do it.
There's nothing wrong.
Slingshot me up there.
Basically,
All the bands.
Oh man.
jumping pull-ups, pull-ups.
Speaking of
to most
CrossFit, one
people.
day I'm like, there was a killer workout, and it was like a lot of freaking running, and I'm like dying. And all of a sudden, somebody's like, "Woohoo, go girl!" and honking. I'm like, "What a witch!" Like they're making fun of me. And it was Savannah. She's like,
Beautiful.
she's like,
yeah, she's cheering.
yeah, she was coaching me.
good
She made me
job.
feel
Yeah.
so good. I was like, "Thanks." Okay, it was you because I thought it was just somebody picking on me. So I was
No, you
just
look
You got to make it a positive. Turn it
focusing
into
on
Oh,
breathing.
no.
You get used to the hate.
Right?
Doing all the CrossFit. You get a lot of hate. A lot of hate.
It's a different.
It's a weird.
It's a different.
I love CrossFit.
I like it too.
Get a lot of hate though.
Yeah, it's just like a different animal, different beast.
I feel like a lot of times though, when people are negative on something, they don't really understand it or they're intimidated by it,
That's
and they just don't know.
all of the hate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would agree.
That's exactly it.
100%.
Yes.
CrossFit's stupid. And like,
Yeah.
you've
Yeah.
done a lot of it? And they're
Yeah.
like, no.
No.
Because it's dumb.
My cousin
Exactly.
got hurt
Math is
during
stupid too, right?
Yeah. Well,
Exactly.
So you guys have moved back here.
Uh-huh.
You have your family. How many littles do you have?
Right now, 4 or 5 on the way. Unfortunately, lost one in February, so we had a really sad year, but get right back to it and keep the team going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all cute little blondies too.
Oh my
They are
gosh.
I saw
yes.
them. Like I
Super
said,
blonde.
yes.
Love. Where does that come from? Grandma?
know.
We were both blonde little
Yeah.
kids.
Just
Yeah.
kind of like turn
I
lighter.
bleach out. What's the fancy word for it when it looks really pretty in the sun?
Highlight?
What
that right?
is it?
Oh,
Um,
an
oh,
ombre.
ombre,
look.
yeah.
I've had
Especially if
many
you put
women
that in the
ask me
pony.
what I do for my hair, and I'm like, neglect.
Yeah,
That's-
neglect.
That's about
That's
it.
the key.
So you guys moved back here. Your Savannah's mom helps out a lot with the kids. I know that's usually when I see them. She's like, she takes all of them swimming.
Yeah,
She's a
my
savage.
2-year-old can swim. My
She
5
is-
and 6-year-old went to state in swimming this year.
What?
She's been drown proofing these kids.
Oh my
I-
god!
since they
Did
were
she
out of
like
the
teach
womb.
I'm the
swim
same way.
lessons or something?
No, we just go all the time. We
Yes.
homeschool, so we go during the winter.
It is the key. Start them young, and they become. That's
Just
what
get
mine
them
were.
in the pool.
Yep.
If I-
People do like
You know what?
1 week of swim lessons, and they're like, they're not swimming. It's like, well,
I could probably throw
They
in
need
my
more
kids
time.
with Savannah's and Thomas's,
Yeah.
and your mom wouldn't even notice.
yeah,
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 Because
they're
they would
blonde
fit
enough.
in.
They would.
Just be
they
more
would.
of 'em.
Yes.
They would.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
because
send them to swim
get that
lessons.
blonde.
Yes.
what's because you have one that's like the same age as my little girl, and they kind of like if they were next to each other, they could probably pass as twins.
Yeah,
What is her
they're
name?
related. Bernadette?
Yes.
Is she 2?
Yeah, too.
Is yours 2?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought you were
Because
asking what your girl's name was.
I don't
was
know.
like,
Well, there's,
I-
there are
Yeah, no, no.
days. There are days she does that.
I
too,
know.
but-
I'm like, what are my kids'
We all
names?
do.
Because I remember, yeah, Bernadette because Letty and Bernadette were next to each other. I'm like, oh my goodness, they look
They do.
oddly alike.
Did you
Yeah.
always know you were going to homeschool? Were either of you homeschooled?
No.
We were not.
Okay.
We
No.
thought about it a lot in Lawrence. I'm not sure why. I think there was just a big group, and then I moved back here, and there's a homeschool group in McCook.
Right,
And
yeah.
I felt like if I sent my oldest to school, then I'd have to send them all, and then I wouldn't have any kids. And then I'd have to go to work.
Oh, I see how this
like
works
real
now.
work. And, like,
I don't.
I'm a
That would be
stay-at-home
more
mom.
work at homeschooling.
Yeah.
Mine was just, I saw a lot of the weird stuff going on in schools, and ours were young enough that we could see it before they were already in it and inundated. And hearing all the parents come into the gym complain about it and be like, this is terrible. And I was like, well, we're not getting involved in that. And then by the time we came up here, everybody was still young enough that, all right, let's just learn how to do it, and we can go from there. Eventually get them, like, I love school. I went to the normal high school, and 2,000 people in my school, 500 in my graduating class. So it was a decent size compared to hers, like 30-something. Or
Yeah, 30 is a nice number.
Like
Yeah.
there's 600 people in our town, and your graduating class is about that.
Yeah. It literally was. So totally different upbringing. Like, it was just, and we got to see both sides of it. And I like the homeschooling side. It's just new. We have to relearn everything. Keeps us smart. And
Oh, good point.
That is so true.
We've been
Very
baking. That's our homeschool right now.
Okay, what?
Ooh.
I'm learning how to
baking
bake,
status.
and then Bruce wants to bake, and then we all.
You're
cook
talking like
together.
baking in the kitchen,
like
your
food.
foods. Okay, yeah,
What kind of
got it.
baking were you talking
That's
about?
what I was
That's why I was
thinking.
clarifying. I
Baking.
just didn't know. I come without judgment.
Okay.
I just want
No
clarification.
judgment.
Is all.
We're
okay?
baking bread.
The kids don't get baked.
Yeah.
That's,
You know, I
that's not
didn't
their
know
thing.
where we were going.
They're
So,
drug-free.
but
There you
there's so much schooling in baking. We did a lot of baking.
Oh, there
you
is.
got to measure. You got to do
Measurements.
some
Oh, yeah,
math.
You have
there's
to
a lot of
read.
it.
Yes, especially
Directions.
baking.
We have a
Baking's more
food scale,
science.
so the kids are really. I'm like, okay, we're gonna double the recipe, so we need like how much do we need?
Yes, that's so good.
Good job.
Stuff
Cool.
we didn't learn. Like I said, I was a
Yeah.
little short, fat kid, so I was a Stouffer's pot pie and Hungry Man dinners and stuff like that, and we didn't.
You're
they're
telling me you
learning how
don't
to
eat that
make
now?
pot pies, yeah, and to do other stuff.
Yeah.
Haley's still making.
I'm still
It's
making
okay.
it.
all
No,
good.
I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh. I did just a 5-strand food intolerance test. I'm like allergic to all the healthy foods that I thought I liked. I'm like,
Are you
oh,
serious? Oh,
be
when
careful
you
with
did
those
just get that
things.
back?
it's like,
Ignorance is bliss.
Well, like
know.
onions.
well,
Stay away from it.
it's like just like things that's like, oh, I think this is healthy for my body, but yeah, it was causing my inflammation and stuff, which is just like fudge. Like dairy does not like my body.
No.
Gluten.
Gluten.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
We
much.
have goats, so we got our own dairy going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go
that's
full
nice.
dairy now.
I
Goats
keep
in the
thinking,
backyard.
yes.
That's wild.
Have you ever ate goat?
Yeah, we
Delicious.
Butcher.
shot it in the
around.
head and ate it, and
That's
she cut it up. Like, her,
Primal.
yeah, as far as being real woman crazy status, I've
savage.
I've watched her birth kids on her own in the house. Just no one's around. She just locks herself in the room, has the
What?
kid, and then comes
Savannah.
By
Wrote-
yourself?
out. Wrote a book on it.
I
She
got a
did.
book.
I know.
Oh,
I was gonna say. I know you wrote a book.
That's what the
I
book's
didn't-
about.
What? Wait, time out. Like
The last
oh,
two I
It's
had
real.
by myself without
What?
any midwife or anybody.
oh my gosh.
Okay, if I have a chance to be on alone,
Do you wanna
I am
come?
taking her with me
Yeah, very
so
real.
that I will survive.
Very real.
Yes.
It's just-
Like
don't
I
know
think
about
I
that,
think I'm
Barb.
really doing it when I have chickens. I'm like I am doing this.
doing it.
Do you butcher them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there
that's
you
great.
go.
You're great.
Yeah, okay.
know more
But I don't
than
have a
a lot of
goat, and
people.
I'm not locking myself in my bedroom.
Yeah,
to have
I'm
a
still
baby.
going back
I
to the
know,
baby
I
by,
know.
by yourself.
I'm trying to block that. I'm
just-
like literally.
Like, what would I tell myself? Because I was yelling
I
at the
don't
doctor
want
during that
anybody
know.
last
by
one.
me. Like if he comes in, I get really irritated.
Yeah, she locked the door, of which my
Because he comes in and he's like, "There's 2 cats in the bassinet," and I'm crowning. Get the fuck out of here now.
No.
That
Leave me
would
alone. He's like,
try to
"See you
keep it."
later." I'm like,
that would be exactly. There would be cats in our back. That would be me. That would be. I mean, I wouldn't be. But okay, now, can I say like, what if something like my first one wouldn't come out?
Yeah. What if something
Like
happens?
then what do you do?
if I feel like something's wrong, I'll go.
yeah, call 911.
Okay.
And have
So
them
you have
show up.
a but you have the
Or
phone
if I
in there
had,
with you.
like, If I need it.
Well, see, I mean, she's locked
So-
in there. She doesn't have the phone.
I just so much
I know.
questions.
Yeah, there's a lot.
My
There's a lot
uterus
to
is
that.
just
Another
like
podcast.
I'm aching in my. I think I'm contracting.
If you could just,
Oh gosh,
Having a moment.
I
something's
need to be by
happening.
myself,
Having a
'cause
moment.
You contract and then you totally go like shavasana. Like if you know yoga, you just like totally. I need to be near deep sleep.
There's a
in
whole nother
between
level
those.
of like mental. Like she's in a different level of discipline.
yes.
I'm in a different
I am just
space.
thinking.
No.
She's disciplined.
She's disciplined.
I'm a puss.
I am.
It's a mix of
giant vagina that starts with a P.
discipline.
There's no way I'm doing
Feedback.
Don't be a pussy.
Oh, I feel like that was directed.
We got
Yeah, I
this.
need one.
right at me.
Also.
No, but there's a level of just being insanely disciplined and also just functional apathy. Don't care about certain things. You know it's going to hurt.
Right.
Don't care about it hurting, and you'll go through it. It's easy to say on my side, but y'all haven't
Thomas,
had a different
great words of
experience,
advice.
so
Great words of advice.
then I give the cat in the
He's been a
bassinet
good
comment, so I
Yeah.
get kicked on out.
So, from the get-go, so when you got pregnant, you knew you wanted to do like at-home birth.
I think Thomas got me a book on, it was called Spiritual Midwifery. I'm pretty sure you got that for me.
There you go. I'll take credit. Yeah, I got her a book.
He's got me 2 books that have changed my life.
Okay,
That
what's the other
one.
one?
Yeah, what's the other one?
The Art of Fermentation.
Yeah, that started a whole business. Started a whole fermentation company.
Oh
I'm a
my
fermenter.
gosh, I can't even can my own tomatoes.
What
It's
is
a big deal.
fermenting?
Like
where you
making
let
sauerkraut. And
You let shit rot
Yes.
appropriately.
controlled rot.
And it's
Wait, so you guys have
delicious.
like a business of that?
I did.
She did for 3 or 4
What?
years in
There,
Lawrence.
it's still going.
What do
but
you
I
like? What do you ferment?
quit. We did all local seasonal stuff. I'm retired.
That's right. Don't say quit.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Other lady had 1 kid. She had a bunch of kids, and I was like, "Do you like the jars of food more, or your children?" I mean, that was a fucked up statement, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm
Right.
like,
It was getting
there's a
hard.
lot
I
of
brought
kids.
the babies with me there, so it was
Yeah.
too much. But
That's impressive.
kimchi, sauerkraut, pickles, mustard,
yogurt.
mayonnaise, yogurt, just all sorts of really
bread, kombucha.
yeah things that you wouldn't think are fermented. Beer, like it's all
Yeah.
fermented, and it's learning how to do it and all the different methods. It just opened a whole.
I think
So-
I ferment things by accident.
I know.
That I
like,
just leave
Preserving
in the fridge.
food
Yeah.
without refrigeration and without canning. It's just
So one thing I guess I love about like the Thatchers, like they're different. Like they don't live like
No.
and I like this because
We're
like you
weird.
learn something. You learn.
No.
For me, like you learn more from people that aren't like you.
Amen.
Yes.
You know,
Surround
so-
yourselves with people that
with
will
different-
challenge you to
yeah.
think differently.
Can't be in that
Yes.
echo chamber just
Yes.
all the
Right.
time.
I mean,
with
just like
everybody's
the one
repeating your
time that
stuff.
like
Yes.
Thomas talked, I'm like, oh my, like you gotta.
Dude's fucking weird.
No, I never thought that. I was like, this guy's funny, and he's
Okay.
got a good story, and there's a reason that like that you've chosen to do things this way,
Yeah.
Yes.
and that is your choice. But I also can learn something from
Yes.
it.
Yes.
So,
What do you
Yeah.
enjoy most about being where you are, being in Southwest Nebraska?
besides having your mother-in-law,
Oh,
Thomas,
um,
he can't
guess-
think of anything.
I know,
No,
else.
I have a
He's
lot of
like,
things I'm trying to determine what I
Oh,
should
okay.
say
I was gonna say.
appropriately.
Hey, this is safe space.
we wanted to have a homestead, and it wasn't going to happen in Lawrence. So I'm excited that we're getting to practice, like raising our own animals on our little acre.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, we had their parents left their house and were like, "Hey, since you eloped and didn't have a wedding, I promised to buy you a house." Her dad, by buy you, I mean you're gonna have your old house that you grew up in because we abandoned it like a year ago. And we're like, "Really? Okay." I've been renting for 10 years,
And you
paying over
could've-
$9
yeah,
a month for a house that I wasn't gonna get, that I had to pay a lot more when I left because we destroyed it. So it ended up being, I don't want to rent up here, down here anymore. Not if we have a house that we can move into on an acre of land and do the things that we want to practice doing up there. Well, let's go up there and do it. And yeah, and everyone's really nice. There's a
Yeah.
lot nicer people up here. It's just from a bigger city, coming
Right.
from a bigger city. I lived in Honolulu when I was in the Marine Corps, and you get to see that kind of a dynamic of a fairly big city. And yeah, it's a lot easier just to wave and have a random conversation with anybody up here than it is down there. That's just my own personal thing, but yeah, nicer people. That's probably what I would say I like most about being up here.
I like it.
Everyone's so nice.
So on top of that, so you guys have moved up here, have your little children, and then you guys have now started a business, which you guys have been doing this, right?
Yeah, I just reopened it.
Right. Yeah.
Like
Because I know that you were busy,
Uh-huh.
so you kind of like stepped back, but like you run a gym. You guys are both personal trainers,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like just looking at you two, it's a power couple, like you said earlier. Tell us about your new gym
Well,
or your.
having the free house,
Yeah.
I looked and we have a 2-car garage and a full driveway, and I brought up as much equipment as I wanted from the gym before I sold it. Basically, everything that I loved using, I snagged and brought it up here and was like, I don't need a lot of space. In fact, I don't want a lot of space. I've had 50-person classes and stuff like that, and it's fun, but being able to have an intimate setting is really nice too, especially with no overhead. So I was like, we're just going to restart it up in here, and I can do it exactly how I want and be really picky with my clients if I need to be, and I don't have to try to prostitute myself for money like you had to out there because you were trying to make a certain number of overhead before you could just make any profit. So no, down here it's a lot easier. So doing it all out of the garage, I redid the whole garage, and yeah, we got pull-up bars, Olympic lifting bars, tons of foam mat, and the big thing that's been popping off right now that I never thought I would be teaching, but I am, youth martial arts. All the kids love learning how to fight.
Because you do some of that for the, oh my gosh. Homeschool.
Yeah.
We do teach
That's cool.
martial arts for the homeschool and like a PE
That's fun.
chaos class.
Chaos classes.
Guided physical activity at that
That's
age.
a good way to
Just
put it.
running around, and isn't anyone
It's
bleeding?
my favorite class.
No one's bleeding. Good, we did good today. I was like, that was not bad.
So with your classes that you guys teach now, what do you guys have available?
Right now I'm doing youth martial arts twice a week. I'm teaching a free class, quote, in the morning, just to anybody that's willing to wake up at 5 in the morning and come hang out with me. I'm
Do
like,
people
"You don't
do
have to
that?"
pay." Yeah, actually, that's been the one with the most people so
Oh,
far.
really?
Yeah.
How many?
Right now,
I mean, I think if you had 3, that's a lot.
that
so.
is 3, and it is
That's
a lot.
good.
And it's
That-
awesome.
yeah.
One of them was a 6-year-old woman from Bartley, and then 2 guys about my age. And
Oh, cool.
Literally all of them are on the same page as, yeah, I'm going to teach you a bunch of stuff. And
Yeah.
if you get sweaty, learn something, and have a good time, in any order of that, we had a good class.
Okay.
And then the PPM, personal preventative maintenance. So I'm really big into mobility work and how to take pain out of your body with massage-ish techniques without getting you on a table doing actual massage work. And teaching people how to work on themselves. The 2 people that came last time were her mom and her mom's 10-year-older sister. Her mom touched her toes for the first time in her life after 40 minutes of smashing her feet and smashing her calves, which I thought was a crazy testimonial. And then her aunt has arthritis in her hands, and I guess all of her hand pain has been gone after she smashed her arms the way I showed her
Okay,
over the
show me.
weekend.
Explain smashed.
Smash, just apply pressure and movement, just getting a deep tissue
Right.
massage. But
That you're
doing
giving
it
yourself.
Yeah, and usually not using your hands, usually using some kind of a side thing. I didn't know
Use
there
a
was 2
barbell.
people, but I brought you a gift.
Oh,
Gotta
look
share
at
it.
this. What
Rock,
is
paper,
this?
scissors.
Grab it.
Go
I'll
ahead.
take
No,
it.
Can
you
share
take
it. You guys can
So,
smash each other.
have you ever
too.
seen Voodoo Floss or Kelly Starrett,
No.
any of that kind of stuff? Yeah,
No.
it's a compressive wrap, and you
Okay.
wrap it around, usually closer to an insertion point because it's hard to massage that area.
Yeah.
And it applies the pressure for you. You're allowed to move. You take it off. Your joint feels 10 years younger or whatever it is. And it's
Okay.
some miraculous stuff. Super easy. There's a lot of info on the old YouTube about it.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, I started
this-
using that stuff about 10 years ago,
Do you
right
use this
when
when
it
you're
first came
pregnant?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say
I
that's
wrapped
probably
my legs up this week. I get really bad.
Like
what
varicose
is it,
veins?
Varicose veins. Like
yeah.
4th pregnancy and on. So I lightly wrap, but when I'm not pregnant, I do a tighter.
A tighter
I
one.
brought that with me to the Philippines and would do that before the games.
Really?
What?
Yeah,
That's
it's great.
my favorite
It's
mobility
Wow.
tool, probably.
So I started doing it
great.
when the physical therapist that originated at Kelly Starrett came up with it 10 years ago. I saw like the first video. I was like, oh, no shit, let's try this. And have been doing it to myself and every client that I've had ever since. So I have,
So do you teach
Undoubtedly.
classes on this?
yeah, that's what the PPM class is. That's where we got to go right after this at 6.
Oh,
Which
6
we'll have
on
you- which
Monday
we
and
will have you
Wednesday
there.
Yeah.
is that class.
So are you saying if I was to ask you guys, would you come teach my
Yeah.
team this?
Like I've taught a bunch of seminars.
For a fee.
Yeah,
They're gonna- yeah, they
for
got
sure.
babies to take
Yeah, they
care
got-
of here.
yeah.
Yeah.
We should, but it's something that I'm so passionate about. It's like I've taught it for free and love teaching it for free because it's so self-empowering. I get really upset with people. I've lost a lot of friends that have overdosed on opiates and stuff. It's people that are trying to numb their pain because they don't know how to get themselves out of pain. And I'm like, I have a thing. I got a lot of things. Like we
Yeah.
did a bunch of cupping. She cut me earlier
yeah,
today.
yeah.
We do that. Just
Love cupping.
random stuff, scraping,
Love
all
cupping.
these different self-improvement modalities I've experimented with over the past decade, and
He's writing a book.
You are,
about
Thomas?
2 months out, should be done.
Oh my
November 10th.
goodness.
Oh,
Savannah, I need
fantastic.
to read your book.
I should have brought
You
a copy.
should have. Yeah, I know. Both.
Speaking of cupping, Trip, my son got in my cupping set yesterday.
Oh.
Nice.
And he
So you
had
got
it. He had it like on his belly button, and it was so like he had it pumped so tight his belly button was like at the top.
That's
He was
intense.
having an outie.
Oh,
like,
yeah, and he was just like, "This one's gonna leave a mark, Mom," and I'm like, "Take that off."
That's
and this
real.
morning he's got like a perfect little brown little over his belly button.
That's amazing.
So
That's
what are
amazing.
like these are gonna be the non-fun parts of your job, but like having the gym at your home, do you have to have like different insurance or like how does that work?
No, probably shouldn't have to have different insurance. Just a regular.
Does it through your homeowners? Like like if
No.
anything happens, like
It would just be a basic liability for a
Right.
business. Is all
Okay,
I would be.
okay.
Right.
I
We
know,
probably have to
I
like
know.
sign something
Yep.
and okay,
Yeah,
so
have a
and
sign
do
a
you-
waiver. And,
okay, that's
I don't
what it
know.
is.
get rocking with it. She
Okay.
doesn't usually deal with all that.
Okay.
I've dealt with all of that.
Are you both certified as trainers, or like how does it have to be like when you do CrossFit? Is there a certain level you have to be
Well,
to
we're
be a
not
CrossFit?
teaching cross. I mean,
Yeah, we dropped
when
our
you-
CrossFit
Oh, okay.
affiliation in 2017.
Okay,
I had been
okay.
certified as a level 1 twice and had my level 2 cert and
Okay.
and have probably 9 different CrossFit certifications.
Okay.
I got certified through ISSA as a personal trainer and had just been doing it so long. I don't have anything that's current like an ACE or a NASM
Yeah,
cert.
okay,
But
okay.
I if the only reason you get that is to bolster your ethos and to give you the knowledge to do it,
Good
I don't
point.
need either.
Good point.
In my opinion, I don't look down on anybody who has that. I'd love to get a NASM and a CSCS and just rock it, but at the moment, it's nope. I'm doing fine with how I'm doing, and that's where I also just lean into the martial arts because I have a black belt in karate, and I've fought professionally. As far as certifications, those are really the only two that you need. There's no martial arts instructor certification
Okay,
that I can go
okay.
get that I know of.
Sure.
So yeah, we've been doing that, and then anything that I want to teach within that, I can teach this is strength training for martial arts. If I need this is mobility for martial arts, then I can
Got
do
you.
that.
Got you.
Do you teach any other classes besides those two?
We
Or
wanted
not right now?
I wanted to teach a functional like a fitness kind of a thing. Get anybody who wanted to CrossFit and WOD because I love
Yeah.
doing that and going super hard at it. And right now I just haven't had anyone interested, and I get really tired teaching the kids class because I put a lot into it. So if I find a day, maybe once a week, just get some people to show up at my house and slam down on a WOD. But yeah,
we have the adult martial arts class though starting.
I teach them an adult martial arts class 4 days a week at 7 p.m. And with that, I mean, I'll make them do a 7-minute Cindy, or I'll make them do a little bit of a CrossFit workout just to expose them. Like my one client, I had her do handstands for the first time the other day.
Yeah.
And just blew her mind apart.
Oh my gosh.
Stuff like that.
Against a wall, right?
Oh, yeah.
Gotta
To
go.
start, but hey,
Yeah.
you need to do freestanding,
Yeah.
static. Like,
Yeah.
I started against a wall too, and then had enough 9-year-old cheerleaders school me coming in, walking on their hands. I was like, no,
We're
I
gonna
need to
figure
get
this
better
out.
at this. So,
Yeah.
just show them how to practice the way I practice.
Savannah, is there anything else that you want to do, like besides just being a mom, or is that so your number one thing right now?
It's probably my number one, but it's healthy for me to coach other adults and kids. I like coaching kids a lot too. So I'm going to be coaching the kindergarten volleyball here at the Y
Look at you.
because our 2 kids are that age.
Big
So
deal.
I do like to coach a little bit of personal training and not too much, but
Gets you out and talking
Gets me
to
out
adults.
adulting a little bit. So
Yeah,
what's that?
what she needs.
I do.
Because I'll see her at home with the kids all the time, and I'll come home, be the one adult to be able to talk to that she hasn't time. Oh,
Yeah.
you need friends or something.
Yeah.
That's hard when you're really doing them. I stayed home for a while, and when you're really engaging on focus, like to make great little people, you kind of forget about yourself and the connections that you need to have to keep yourself healthy, and because you're so focused on doing that. So I can understand that. That's my husband's always like, get a hobby or go do this, and I'm like, when? And then you have the mom guilt thing of
I try to work out as much as I can because that makes me feel better too. But
good.
yeah, otherwise I'm just kind of a zombie mom sometimes.
There's so much to momming that I didn't see, because my mom owns a telecommunications company over in Kansas and was full-time CEO. My dad was the stay-at-home dad doing that kind of a thing. So I had the exact opposite upbringing and worked great, but I was also at school the whole time. So he was just, you'd see him when I came home, but other than that, there was no, I'm around mom all the time. It was a totally different, it's been totally different for both of us compared to what we brought up with, which is fun. It's just, yep.
Yeah. Oh, I just have so many other questions.
What do you got?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think.
Like, how many words can we think of with the letter K?
Yeah.
I peeped on your podcast.
You did? Okay,
yeah.
you
got
prepared?
cheese crowd. I'm
liked
here.
it.
I'm here.
I know. I was like,
go.
I know. I wanted to do like a fun warm up with you guys, but I was like, I just want to like hear you guys talk and stuff because
I agree.
I don't know. Every time I've talked to Savanna or both of you, I'm like, I feel like I need to know you guys more. So
Good job.
invite me over for dinner.
First time she skinned a deer. I had gone and
Stop.
killed it.
Oh,
yeah, here we go.
yes.
So I was a trained sniper, but hadn't gone hunting like my whole life. I was like 26.
Yeah, because you're from the suburbs of
suburbs of Kansas.
Yeah.
In Kansas. Oh, I was going hunting. Nope.
Yeah.
And I saw venison on sale at the fancy food store for $10 a pound, and I was like, wait. So I could go get $900 of meat by killing a deer on my dad's land. Well, I'm gonna go do that. Did it. Didn't know what to do. Really? We got it, and then we put it in my dad's deep freeze, froze it, and then I just dropped it off in 2 giant trash bags, and then went, okay, I got to go to the gym. So
Savanna.
I don't know how to do this, so you're gonna have to deal with this. And yeah, her and her brother in the garage just flayed at it with knives, and there was hair everywhere, and we've come a long way. We've come a long way.
There's a lot of truth to
then.
that. Our garage will look like, I don't even know what kind of like sweatshop, because our girls will put their swimsuits on so they can just hose each other off. And then there's just like tables lined, just like carcass, like lining up. And like when I pulled in the dry, I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Because there's blood everywhere. Oh, yeah. There's pieces of meat, because then you start separating it out, like what you're going to do this. What do you have to ever go to the store for?
Oh, yeah. Good question.
Salt.
Not anymore.
Yeah, we bought a lot of salt, so we don't really have to go. But yeah, like the very basic necessities like salt, sugar, that kind of flour, and that's as we're trying to figure out how to garden and get all the stuff. So right now, just normal food, I guess. When other people
we don't need to go, but if I want to splurge, we like those Ollie Pops.
And you got like the little root beers that have like the pre-digested enzymes in them.
Probiotic.
It's like a $2.50 can of pop, but
amazing.
it's delicious. So
Okay, we're splurging. We don't need that.
If you guys were like giving health advice to somebody, like very like right off the get go, like you need to cut this out of your life, what would you say?
Probably excuses. Just go learn.
Thomas, that was so good.
I feel like
Good
that was
words.
personally directed.
Yeah, I know.
Don't make eye contact.
Yeah.
It ends up just
He literally
being,
just looked at me and said, excuses.
I try to look at both. Cross-eying get weird, but it was, ladies,
It wasn't just you.
Yeah.
I did see his eyes actually separate. It was totally for both of us.
And you need to be able to do a pull-up by the next time I see you, Coach. Like,
Without the elastic
without
band.
the elastic
Or
band.
your friend Lena.
Yeah.
I'll hit you on that. I'll coach the shit out of you on the do some pull-ups. But no, the biggest one is a lot of humans, a lot of people don't think that they can get any better past age 12, or that they peaked athletically at 18. Whereas I was a short, fat kid and I sucked.
Excuses.
Yeah, 20s on has been every day is a little bit better shape and learning a little bit more. So being at 34, I'm like, I'm gonna be jacked and tan when I'm 45. Like, we're on the right path. Other guys, where are you at? You're just come on, and ladies, no excuses. We can go get smarter and go get in shape, and that can be anything for you. I love doing yoga. I love doing weightlifting. I love doing endurance running. Like, it's pick a modality or pick all of them. CrossFit kind of got me into just try everything and just get into it and or find a community of people that are also into it. Trying to get into it on your own or get in on your Peloton and staring at a screen or doing some stuff. I'm not hating on Peloton.
Lena, he's talking to you.
Peloton.
I don't have Peloton.
It's a
But
super
you have a bike.
like with a
Well,
thing.
Yeah, I do, but
It costs more than all of
It's
our
not
cars combined.
outside.
Yeah.
not more than my car. But it is not. I do go outside, but not on my bike.
I know. Lena, one day, she's like, I got a new bike. I was like, oh my God, I love riding my bike. She's like, this
I do go outside
Move
too.
inside.
Okay, but then we had some situations with large trucks, and
That's
so I was
real.
like, you know what, I'm going to stay inside because I have 3 children to help my husband raise.
I just got I'm gonna get tubes.
There, you're right, but he could do it on his own.
Oh yes, I love
could do it.
bike riding. Do you guys
I
bike?
like to ride my bike.
Yeah, I just got a little
pull the
cart
kids.
though, but so like I need new wheels for my cart.
My bike tire is flat right now, but my cart is still
You
good.
guys have all
Yeah,
kinds of
see, mine's
excuses.
the other way.
Flat tires, new tires.
It's hot for me. I'm
Okay, I
pregnant.
need to find out
It's
when
hot,
I
yeah,
ride
I'm
my bike
pregnant.
outside, my hands go numb.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It sounds like we're gonna learn how to do some.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm really
Like I'll do
hands,
4. I go
just
around our
hands.
section.
Stand
so
by.
It's 4 miles.
So, spinal cord.
Oh,
Here
Don't
we go.
talk to me about my buffalo hump.
the hump.
It's the hump.
It's the
No,
hump. I
it-
literally was thinking.
If it's a dowager hump, it's a shitty. You have bad posture. Your head's falling forward. it's
Show
the whole
him.
thing. No,
Show him.
You don't need to. I already know.
Oh, he's gonna fix you.
I already knew. It's.
No, she's got to fix. She's got to fix herself.
I can show you how to fix yourself.
Yeah.
Like I can
You
show you
don't
how
wanna
to
do it.
work. Yeah, but it's literally as I'm pushing on someone and doing this, even for a lot of money an hour, I'm going.
So
Can't
what's
you
what's
do
that?
this?
What's
Like,
I'm
this is wasting
trying
my
to
time.
do it.
I don't
could-
think you're doing what he's telling me.
Obviously, I'm not. I don't
What
know
is this camelback hump that she has? What's it called?
Dowager's hump.
Dowagers.
Yeah, it's okay. This is what's happening with the dowager's
Look it
hump.
up.
You have a fat pad that's growing because you've lost. I know it sucks.
Time to go.
You have lost
me or them?
muscular activity
Yes.
back there,
Yes.
so your body's trying to compensate by adding extra tissue to hold your head on top of your torso, mostly from sitting because your quads are tight. So it's your quad.
I don't know if I should love him or hate him right now because this. Where have you been?
I don't
get
know.
a
I
lot of
think
that.
you need to listen to the man.
I get a lot of that. And it's I can rather than
He's
listen
trying
to the
not to
dude
look
with
at
the
you right
mullet.
now,
No, I
'cause
got
he
a
doesn't
mullet. I
want
look right there. It's fucking right there. It's easy to see. It's
I've
most
got
women
it
have
too.
it.
You're
You
fine.
do. Turn
Blame
around.
your.
I don't see.
No, I'm
It's your
working on
chest.
mine right now.
It's your chest. Bust creates it, and it pulls you forward. So any big chesty women have to deal with that shit. It
Oh,
sucks.
that's.
Yeah, blame that.
tall-
Blame
and the
mom.
tall.
It's your mom gave that to you. It's her fault.
It is
Damn
my
it.
fault.
So
Damn
how
mom.
does she fix that? So she needs to like.
There are a lot of different things that you can be able to do, but the biggest one would be learn why it's happening, and you'll be able to come up with a plan for yourself without trying to give you just a drink water and feel better. No. If the quads are tight, it's tilting your pelvis, and that can cause your head to come forward. If you're sitting at a desk and you're slouching forward just a little bit, it'll mess it up. If you've done a shitload of sit-ups and you've made this
Oh, that's
short
what
in
it
an
is.
attempt to get
My ass.
even back in like 7th grade when you're
My
doing it
abs.
as an athlete, if these are getting overworked,
Yep.
more than how many back extensions have you done or back bends?
0.
Exactly. But you've done a couple crunches, maybe once.
Why do you say a couple and
half?
look at me with a smirk?
I don't know, but
assuming because you're asking me
people
about a
love
weird
to
thing.
do crim-
Yeah, everyone
Yes.
goes in the
Yeah.
YMCA and does the worst thing ever. They get these old people that are having postural problems get in the weighted crunch machine
oh
and
Lordy.
worsen their lives. And I'm
Yes,
like,
yes,
you're slowly killing yourself. Stop it. Like,
I do
That
that,
doesn't
and pee
help.
my pants. I
I
can't do
feel
that
like you
machine.
set this
I'm
up
like,
for me. I feel you said, please mention you're going to notice her buffalo hump. Let's.
Well, you know what?
I love
More or
it.
less, it's I'm going to take you to a class
Yes.
so I can get it fixed.
Yes.
So what we're doing today for the class is
Yeah.
we're taking, we just bought it. We're taking some squishier softballs or baseballs that I bought at Walmart
I have a racquetball.
and a knee-high sock. Racquetball won't work, too squishy.
Okay.
You just need a little denser one. Lacrosse ball's the best. Cue ball or
Maybe
like a
that's
pool
what I
table ball if you got one, but you can get away with using a baseball or a squishier baseball, but not too squishy. T-ball will work.
Okay.
Throw it down a sock, like
Okay.
a big long one. Throw the sock over your back
Okay.
and start leaning into the wall. This is the way that I get it's real easy, and you're going to go, oh, what the fuck? And just start feeling all sorts of stuff back there. That's one. But
I felt like we were going into some bedroom talk for a second. 'cause
It can
we were
get-
throwing things in socks
Oh,
and
yeah.
over your back.
Yeah.
I felt like we were
Easy.
Yeah,
we
I
can
know.
go on a fucked up angle if you want.
Anyway,
I do not
no,
care.
we
won't.
okay.
Too,
We gotta
too
watch.
many married
We gotta
women.
watch our.
I'm only married to one of them.
We gotta watch our time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but okay,
I'm listening.
rewind to
Yes.
why are my hands
We have
going
4
numb?
minutes.
Not necessarily this, but these nerves coming out are getting compressed up against your spinal cord from sitting like this, and it's just causing that. So
Yeah.
take a ball, squishier one, put it in here, massage through your neck, and you can do all of that. Like I come over here, press in here, and you'll feel, if you ever get any pain in between your shoulder blades, and you're like, ow, it hurts back there. That's that happening. If you get tingly hands and numb hands, a lot of times you're tight through here, and it's feeling it way down here. It's not your hand's fucked up. It's you're messed up way up here, and there's a lot of things that you can do to fix it.
What's that say?
Thatchers.
I like it.
Branded.
I love it.
So,
Dang.
It says it on the back too, but
I like
the whole
that.
thing.
Oh my gosh.
You get me on a tangent. That's why I love
I like
talking
it,
about this
though.
stuff.
But how long is it going to take me if I get serious?
It's
Which I'm
gonna
serious.
have to be
I've had a lot of people get really good results, very minimal time. 10 minutes a day, 3 or 4 times a week, you'll be a totally different person.
Lena,
just add that up at the end of the year.
Let's just go visit one day.
Okay, we will.
We will.
Look at your schedule.
I will.
Yeah.
I want that fixed.
Join
for
the
you.
club. You're not the only one.
So you can wear your hair in a pony.
Yeah. Not a. Yep.
But yeah,
Anyway.
no, there's a ton to it.
I know.
There's a lot to
Everyone
it.
stick those
You'll,
ties.
you'll see other people with it too, and then you'll fix. You'll
You
try to
do.
fix it.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm so
I
aware.
just remember seeing my
self-aware.
grandma. I just don't want to be the hunchback in Notre
No,
Dame.
me neither.
Here's the big one. I'll give you one more before we end up leaving.
Okay.
And it's don't stand on your hip, because that's what prostitutes, sluts, and hookers do. And by that I mean this. You're gonna be hanging out. You're gonna do this. And you're gonna have that's mom hip. It's so I can support my child, or it's I can do whatever. And it's no, you're soliciting. Don't do that. Like, and the reason though, because it's some dude told me not to do it. I don't know. You're looking for stability in your pelvis, so you're leaning into a ligamentous structure, the side of your hip, to find that stability, rather than get it from properly balanced abs and
Oh my
ass.
gosh. I'm going to watch Savannah every time now she's carrying a child.
She's pretty good on it, like, because she throws them on the backpack.
Oh, I know.
She
Yeah.
has full
No.
backpack
Yeah.
status. That's why we
There's
don't
never
do
a
I'll put
child.
'em
It's
on the hip a
multiple
little
children.
bit.
Like
I
she
know.
I'll do that a lot.
That's impressive.
She always, yeah.
Okay. A few questions to end it. Do you guys drink caffeine?
Yep,
What is your caffeine of choice? Thomas?
just black coffee.
Beautiful.
I got off of energy drinks probably in 2013 or 14, and just black coffee.
Straight coffee.
Yep.
Savannah?
I like coffee. It
Straight
doesn't
black?
always like me. Yeah, I like
Right.
it black right now.
Yeah.
I like cream sometimes, but
Oh.
I'm
Cream
into
gives
black
me
right now.
bad breath. Like coffee breath comes from that cream and sugar just rotting in your mouth after your thing. That's the you drink straight
I just
black
drink
and it's
black
not
right
you
now.
don't have nearly as bad coffee breath. You get someone with their food drink and you're like,
I'm going to
I
remember
smell
that now.
aspartame coming out of your face.
Okay. Are you guys watching any TV?
We don't have TV, so
What about
YouTube.
what about
We're
books?
watching-
What about a book? The last book that you read.
we have a lot of books.
What's the last book that you read? What?
We have a library. I read The Outsiders.
Yeah. She's
Was
going
that good?
through- What, from like S.E.
No,
Hidden
the
from
first
back in the
one.
day?
I don't think I've
She's too
seen
young.
it.
You guys didn't have to read The Outsiders?
I-
I
am very knowledgeable on the
I'm too young.
Outsiders.
Did you have to
I
read
think
it?
we're the
Pony
same
Boy?
age.
Soda
Yeah, we're
Pop?
the same
What
age.
is it?
Pony Boy.
You could have seen the movie with
I
every
wasn't sure
star
about it
in the
either.
Yes.
world.
Yes, Patrick Swayze.
Like,
Patrick Swayze was in it.
I
But
think
Oh my
Tom
gosh.
Cruise was literally in it.
Yes,
Everybody
Tom
was,
Cruise.
Everybody was in it.
what's his
Matt
movie?
Dillon.
Matt Dillon.
Yes.
Outsider?
Outsiders.
Oh, you said that.
Okay.
I read The Outsiders.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Is that the
It's
timer?
go time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Okay. Okay.
We gotta wrap it up.
Any other questions? Last book.
Leave
ever?
me. Both of you have to leave me one quote.
Oh, no.
Top of your head.
Oh, well, probably just don't be a pussy. That's the one right in my hand.
Yes.
Well,
That's a good
Yep.
one.
Glad I'm
And
done having kids.
yeah.
Do more, suck less.
He's
If you
got
want to
way more
lose weight,
quotes.
eat less, do more. That's how you lose weight. Yeah, there's a lot of fun ones like that.
Savannah, throw one in there.
Positive mental attitude.
Yep. PMA.
That
PMA.
Oh,
All
there
day.
we
Thomas always says that to me,
go.
so.
PMA. Oh,
PMA, I like that.
PMA.
she said Thomas always tells her that. That's sweet.
Aw, That is sweet.
Good job, Thomas. Really
Oh.
good.
I yell at her for talking down on herself more than anything. It's just like, no, don't. Because you're talking shit on my wife. Don't do that. I don't care if it's you doing it. Don't do it. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's precious. Well, thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank
yes,
you.
Thank
It's been
you.
fun.
It was
Yeah.
really nice meeting
Casting.
both of
It
you.
wasn't so bad. I got
Yeah,
through it.
see? You guys can come back.
Yeah.
Can come back. Well, you know what? We'll come visit you.
That's a good one.
Yes.
I'm going to bring
Come check it out.
Camelback.
Camelback.
Good.
It's called a buffalo hump.
It's actually not called that. It's
Dowingers.
called a Dowenger's hump.
Dowagers, huh?
Yes. The technical term.
I'll throw books at you, literally,
Yes.
like textbooks and stuff
yes.
to make it'd be like you can listen to the mulleted guy, or the doctors that he listened to, and I'll
Right.
shove that at you, and it works a lot
Yeah,
better.
speaking of that, we're going to have to get a photo with you because I got to show everybody the mullet that we
Sure.
listen to. All right. Everybody, again,
the
thank
split
you.
in jeans with the mullet.
He has really nice hair.
It does have nice hair.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching, Caffeine, and Comedy, and I'm your host, Haley Kobza.
And I'm Lena.